As you can see over here, my stats actually looked fairly decent this game, but we still lost. Last week, I received coaching indicating that my cooldown usage and overall understanding of controlling space and what space is important was very, very wrong. Due to the fact that the game at Runasapi was close, I wanted to do a quick review and see if I have learned anything from that coaching evident in this game. The very first thing I wanted to look at and acknowledge is something that I'm trying to get in the habit of doing, is looking at their composition versus mine. Their composition is largely a poke composition with a Reinhardt as the tank, which is interesting. I don't know if Reinhardt poke is a thing, but as far as I'm aware, that's not a thing. Reinhardt's pretty exclusively a brawl tank. On my team, on the other hand, we have a very interesting hybrid, I would say. I would say we have a pretty good, like, half brawl with BAP. I mean, you could make the argument that Moira could be played in a brawl composition, but we actually really don't have a very clear composition, is what I would say. Maybe more of a poke, if I think about it objectively, right? We have a Widow, a Soldier, a BAP. They can all three be played much more poke, whereas the Moira, I really don't even know what Moira is, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody does. I mean, I'm sure people do. You get what I'm saying. Zarya, on the other hand, very much a brawl tank, very much not a dive or poke. So you have to kind of play into your strengths versus their strengths. Because we have a poke composition and they have more of a poke composition themselves, minus the Reinhardt. This is kind of a weird one. And I remember thinking that even in the game, like, this is very strange. I don't know what I'm going to do here. So I did my very best to achieve charge and look for squishy targets. And again, really what we need to do here, this map is a little bit funky to me. I don't know quite what space is worth controlling yet. So far, we've used really good cooldowns. I'm looking for opportunities, but I'm not really doing much beyond that so far. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Not the worst bubble, but I'm playing really cowardly here, recognizing that brawl is Zarya's thing. I need to be up. I need to be up here. Yep. Okay, so I've got a Zenyatta orb on me. I don't want to get bursted between the Pharah and Junkrat. Okay, right here, I'm still shooting the Reinhardt. Fortunately, my Soldier capitalized on the opportunity. It's a poor bubble. So far, my bubbles are not awful. I need to kind of just ignore this Reinhardt, to be honest. Yeah, I need to be chasing that. I'm literally just playing back here for some reason. Okay. So far, I would say at this point, my cooldown usage is much better than it has been, but my understanding of space and controlling space and walking forward when there's an opportunity is still not much improved so far. Obviously, we'll continue to see how that goes, because like right now, I need to be trying. Now, again, there's some map knowledge here because this map is like brand new. By the way, I don't know much about spectating controls. I'd love to be able to move my person faster through here, but I need to be trying to get an off angle here. I am instead AFK on cart, which, by the way, that happens a lot this game, and I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I was in comms the entire game begging someone else, anyone else, to be on the cart, but I just didn't get any success with that, except for a couple of moments. So you will see me playing on cart a fair amount. And really, though, if I had just left cart, eventually somebody might have, I don't know, but we'll never know for sure on that. I could have been taking this space. I could have been up here with my now sleeping Moira, who's just catching a fat snooze over here. And I could have for sure gotten the Ana, almost for sure gotten the Reinhardt, and we would have had an interesting fight at that point. But instead, I'm back here AFK on cart. Bubbling, Lord knows what. I'm literally screaming at our Widow. It's alright. Okay, I got 30 charge here. That's good. Poor use of bubble there, I will say. Get in the Immort. We push that Reinhardt back. I have full HP, but we are relatively down, so I'm playing a little bit more defensively. I don't hate this. And now, for sure, it was, yeah. I mean, Reinhardt dove with a nano. Not much. There's a good play on their part. I would say maybe I could have played a little further back, but knowing that my strength in Zarya is being a brawl tank, staying close is kind of a thing. There's a defense that could be made that maybe I should have swapped to a more poke style tank. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't do that. But I don't hate that death. It wasn't the worst possible thing. They just made a good play. Okay, so this Reinhardt is like feeding his brains out. We just used a bubble on a fading Moira. You see me starting to take some decent chunks here. Okay. Okay. Yep, that was a good fade out from our Moira. Okay, there's a Junkrat above me, and I'm still focusing the Reinhardt. Bubbles so far looking good. Yeah, again, I thought there might be a path here. Is there a path here? Let's find out together. Obviously, there isn't through that door, but yeah, right around here. If I'd just gone a little bit further back, I would have had cover, and I would have been able to get these two. So, lesson learned as far as map knowledge, but still get the Ana. I think we still get the Zen anyway. Cool. Yep. Now, I'm literally begging, please, someone take the cart, but they're all just walking away from cart. So I'm like, all right, I'll do my best here. You will see a lot of back and forth in this game. Our team has done a pretty good job at, like, being aware of, you know, when to stay in the fight, when to come back to cart. So, again, it would be nice if I wasn't the one pushing the cart, but it's not a big deal. So I bubble there. Good bubble, I think. Again, just looking for cooldown management and space. So far, I think my cooldown management is infinitely better, but if I had to guess, space is going to be the biggest thing that I'm seeing, and definitely one of the biggest things my coaches would have noticed if I had to guess. So we cap, we get forward spawn. Here again, I'm not even sure why am I here. So this is what I'm finding myself asking a lot while I'm watching this. And I can tell you the actual answers because I am nervous. I am nervous because I don't know the map. I don't want to make a bad mistake. But at this point, I am for sure making a mistake sitting on cart. It would be better for me to try something and still make a mistake and learn than for me to sit on cart. What am I learning by sitting here? Nothing. I'm not learning a thing. So that's so far my big takeaway from this is like, okay, yes, cooldowns are infinitely better. My bubbles were getting way overused before. So I am seeing big improvements there. We're gonna back up. Yeah, okay, so they trank. I mean, we burned Trank, we burned Barrage. Those were both really high value ultimates, and we still have two of our own. So I'm really not mad at that. All right, once again, we've got a Reinhardt just kind of swinging around over here. And I know he's got Shatter, or at least I thought he did. He must have shattered. When did he shatter? Oh, that's right. I was still coming out of spawn, wasn't I? Yeah. I want to see from his perspective this one. This was kind of interesting. So he comes around. Okay, that was as useless as I thought it was in game. Perfect. That's all I needed to know. I remember going, oh, big slam! Summoning my inner Emong. Okay, let's slow this back down a bit. Good priority here. Yep. I don't hate that grab. Yeah, this is not horrible. We're back on a nano Rhine. I know I die here. At least I think I do. Oh no, my movement and supports are both doing great. Okay, again. Why am I focusing this Reinhardt? Did he have support? Yeah, it's Ana, but I'm pretty sure the Ana gets killed by one of my other teammates because they had the presence of mind. Yep. So if they hadn't, I would have been shooting for a while. Now, Ana can't literally single-handedly keep a Reinhardt up, but, I mean, I would have been here a while, especially with the shield. Yeah, I hear that. Farah spamming. Okay. Fast forward a bit. This was good. Recognizing this pathing here was good. Took a big shortcut. Our Baptiste, I think, is now on cart, and this is the only person that was consistently communicating, so I trusted that he would do that, which was good. Okay, Reinhardt on his own. Okay, I'm going to be honest. That's my first opportunity that I'm seeing that I should have absolutely dove the Rhine. There's no one with him. He could have been killed there, or at least really heavily taken out of the fight for a while. Self-bubble there wasn't great. Still, though, the big thing I'm still seeing is just not understanding what space to take. Yep. Okay, that was... I thought he was going to pin the Bastion. So I went ahead and bubbled off the Bastion. Bastion gets the Kiri. He was screaming in there, I think. And he might have been in, too, actually, now that I think about it. I may have lied to you. I think the VAP was in, but so was the Chompy TV. Whoever that is. If you're watching this, by the way, hello. Okay, so this is good. We're getting really good progress. But again, I'm not taking any space. I'm literally sitting AFK on cart right now doing nothing. So I'm gonna have to ask my coach what he would do about that, or if this was just an unfortunate circumstance that I don't necessarily need to take a whole bunch of blame for. Yeah, I mean, tried my best there. Yeah, good bubbles, I would say. Yeah, again, a lot of this is just, I think I'm seeing a lot of map knowledge and nerves. I went ahead and accepted my death there. So far, overall, even though like map knowledge aside, I still think that I'm not, like, the mindset isn't there to look for ways to take space, right? Because realistically, while I've played a lot more on other maps by nature of the fact that they have been around longer than Runasapi has, I still think there's a fundamental lack of, okay, there's an opportunity, take space, move forward. What space am I taking and why am I taking it? I think that's the big piece. All right, and I knew this was going to happen. I called for it. Unfortunately, she did help with a couple of picks. Get shattered. Great shatter. I turned my back. So they've now burned 2 ultimates and gotten some progress because of it. So good for them. I was playing in the middle of the open, by the way. That's why I got shattered there. I could have been... Let's back up a little bit, actually. Right about here. If I had not been in literally the middle of the road, this Ryan wouldn't have had the fattest shatter of his life. Great play on the Reinhardt's part. I should not have been there. Where could I have gone? Well, this is not an actual escape. I don't know if this would have stopped it, but this would have been better, at least in an attempt. The angle wouldn't have been correct. Right, so I should have been outside of that. I also could have played the stairs. I could have been just going up the stairs here. If we go back a little bit, when he shatters, it does go up the stairs. So really, I think this was just a good play on the Reinhardt's part. There really wasn't much of a positioning. I mean, I could have moved back earlier. Sure, I could have made that argument, but I don't think that getting into that nuance is as important. All right, so now we're back on a place where the Reinhardt is way overextended, like wildly. Realizing I'm in a bad spot here. We forced out Trank. Okay. This is one of those really, like, I'm watching this and I'm actually like in a little bit of pain watching this. Why the crap am I shooting this Reinhardt? What am I doing? I'm kind of frustrated with myself here. Look at all of this right-clickable kill. Do I have my cooldowns? I don't think I do. I have 1. We let our Bastion die here, and I go kill their entire backline. Instead, I waste the bubble trying to, and we get the Reinhardt, but I almost die for it here too. Oh, I do die for it here. Yep, I think our Cassidy pops off a little bit, just playing a really good defense, but yeah, that's embarrassing. I'm gonna be honest, that's like actually hardcore embarrassing. All right. So we still have the advantage at this point. We still have the cart. Playing cowardly for sure here. I need to be taking some better space. Still have a bubble. Okay. I'm so focused on getting the cooldowns used at least somewhat better that I'm not even looking at other opportunities. Now we managed to keep this freaking Bastion up for forever. That's a grav. This is a grav. This is a grav. Who is still up with me? There's one other teammate, correct? Yeah, Baptiste. If I had graved there, even if it was just to grav and reposition up those stairs, I think it would have been better. Right now, the Reinhardt is doing a great job. Baptiste misses a few things. No big deal. It's not his fault that I was playing poorly. So here I am like screaming at my team, please stop staggering, right? It's not their fault though. At the end of the day, I could have done more clearly because here they now get it. They shatter. Yep. Okay, but we take this back. Now, this was a winnable game still. This is very winnable. So let's see what I do in this last little bit. Now, here, not walking off cart because of how unreliable my teammates were, it kind of makes sense. I understand it a bit more. But I think so far one of the biggest things is just poor target priority for sure was a couple times, but the big egregious issue that is specific to my tank play is the fact that I did not take any kind of space at any point. Good play from our Pharah. Yeah, at that point you kill the Reinhardt, but we could have gotten the Kiri and staggered her there. So far, it really is, like, I know I've said this a lot, but I'm saying it mostly for me because these are really, I'm sharing my learning process with you guys, right? Now, unfortunately, our Moira decides to dive straight in. And then, okay, but this is where I think he hits like the tire of his life here. I don't have another bubble. This tire was so fat, and it's crazy how well this was played. One thing that I am curious about for fun, I'm not the type to blame teammates. Where did he use it more? Yeah, it was a bad immort. I mean, that's for sure. I can confidently say that was a bad immort. But does that make it his fault? No. And we end up losing the game for it, as I recall here. Can I free cam? There we go. I was like, hello? Got a Tracer doing her absolute best. Just gets rolled. And then, yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do about that kind of game. That was a close game. But let's recap. The absolute biggest problem by far was my not even attempting to take space. I was doing okay with my target priority. I would say my cooldowns have significantly improved since the last time I looked at a game of my own. But taking space is such an essential part of the game. I have no idea why I didn't even seem to try to do that. So I need to work on that and will work on that in the coming games. If you want a way to understand how bad my cooldown management was before, make sure you check out this video right here because it becomes pretty evident very quickly.